Hi! Here is how you can integrate a grammar lesson into speaking activities. First of all, make sure your students understood the lesson and deduced the usage and rules. Second, make sure your student practiced well the grammar lesson by working on a variety of exercises, and then ask students to work on speaking activities. Speaking activities are two kinds: monologues and dialogues. A monologue is a speaking activity including one person who can give a short presentation, speak for a minute or more, or give a lecture, while dialogues are conversations between two or more people. Let's start with activity 1. So after the students understood the lesson on pronouns and worked on exercises, now they can work on speaking activities. You can ask one student, for example, to tell his or her friends a story including 3 characters: boy, girl, and a pet, where the student needs to give these characters names, say where they went, what they did, what problem they faced, and how the story ended. Activity number 2, you can ask students, for example, different activities. It could be a monologue where one student is going to talk about a boy, could be a character, and say what this boy does every day before going to school. Or it could be a conversation between 2 or 3 students who are going to talk about a girl, for example, and say what this girl does every day after going home from school. So students are going to practice using the present simple because they are going to talk about habits or routines, but we don't tell them use the present simple. We simply tell them to speak and we give them the situation. Activity number 3 is fun. Here you have a group of 4 students. Each student is responsible for a type or kind of sentences. So you have one declarative, one interrogative, one imperative, and one exclamatory, and they're going to have a conversation among them talking about, for example, a typical day of a student their age. Activity number 4 is a bit advanced for students because you're going to have mixed tenses practiced in one speaking activity. You can list, for example, 4 or 5 different tenses on the board, and you can ask one student to talk about what happened last week in the playground, and he or she has to include all the tenses that you wrote on the board. Or you can have a conversation between 2 or more students where they're going to talk about what happened with them in class during a specific session. You have to be careful when you are giving a speaking activity to your students. If they are beginners, give them some time to prepare by just jotting down notes. And when they're going to speak, ask them not to read what they wrote, but simply talk about what they remember. And if they are advanced students, just ask them to speak out without preparation. If you would like to have more activities integrating grammar, don't hesitate to contact me or follow me on YouTube, web, LinkedIn, and Facebook.